Once a wise man said, they're better when they're badder. Here at 10 Romance Anime, where the bad girl falls in love with the good boy. Let's go! Number 10, Princess Resurrection. Oh yeah, we'll start off with the princesses. The story follows Hiro Hiyamori, a young boy who dies and is resurrected by the mysterious Princess Hime, who is also a member of the royal family of monsters. Hime is on a mission to claim her rightful place as the ruler of the monster world, and she enlists Hiro's help in her quest. Oh wait, did I mention she gets his help by killing him and then bringing him back from the dead?
私にあれを差し向けたの。私の兄弟の誰かなのだ。あらまあ。お嬢様、お屋敷が燃えてますわ。
Despite the necromancy plotline in the beginning of the story is more interesting than your regular anime with charming princes and princesses. This princess is cunning and somehow needs to defeat her siblings, so she doesn't care what happens as long as she gets to her goal. This anime is a horror comedy with a unique blend of dark and humorous elements, so you can laugh while peeing in your pants. Number 9, Tsukukomi Moon Phase.
はじめまして。私、葉月と言います。失礼ですが、お名前は？
森岡浩平。
Remember the last time you photographed a ghost? No? Well, too bad, because this guy keeps getting ghosts in all his photos. So, does the guy meet a ghost? Nope, he meets a vampire girl called Hazuki when he travels to a castle in Germany. Somehow, our guy is immune to this vampire girl's curse, so the vampire girl decides to seek her help. How does he help her? With the infamous living together anime trope where the guy lands in his house with an anime girl.
ゆうべ君を見かけて、それで来たんだ。あんまり綺麗だったからさ。だから君をモデルに写真を撮りたいななんて思って。
This anime explores a lot of vampire lore and rarely falls to the usual cliches when it comes to depicting vampires. Hazuki is not portrayed as a typical bloodthirsty monster, but rather as a young girl who's struggling to break free from her oppressive family. The relationship between Kohai and Hazuki is also well developed and focuses on each other's feelings rather than shoving the two together as a couple. Number 8, Love Tyrant.
でも近い将来は違うわ。
だから浮気は今からでも許さない。
何その思い込み。そしてその刃物はどこから？
これカナイフ、中二的武器。
Oh man, this is one of the first few anime I watched. Back in the day, I didn't know the meaning of a yandere, but now that I know what that is, I could definitely call this the red-haired girl a top-notch yandere. So what's the story about? A cupid named Guri writes the name of a normal high schooler named Seiji in her notebook. Now, if this boy doesn't kiss anyone, he'll die very soon. To prevent it, Guri asks Seiji to kiss Akane, the most popular girl in school.
いや、ちょっとした事故で。
事故ってひどい。
その子とキスしちゃったの？そうしたんだ。
死刑？
From the start of the anime itself, you could see this is meant to parody Death Note. But this time, our main character is lucky because instead of a demon who wants to eat apples, he meets a cupid whose IQ goes in negative numbers. Poor Seiji only wanted a normal high school life with a regular girlfriend, but sometimes being the unpopular guy doesn't necessarily mean you're an unpopular guy among girls as well. Keep that in mind. Number 7, They Are My Noble Masters.
もうすぐコンサート本番ですね。
ああ、師匠もロシアから来てくださるし、今の私の実力を見てもらうぞ。
どうかなさいましたか？
There's no better profession than being a butler for a bunch of weirdos, and the weirdos include the big sister, little sister, middle sister, and an entire household of nobles and their servants. They Are My Noble Masters is about a boy who runs away from home with his sister because of their abusive father. Soon they're recruited by a wealthy family of aristocrats who plan to make the guy their butler. Wait a minute, isn't this another copy of Hayate the Combat Butler? Yeah, it is, but this time we have more girls than you can count.
お前の優しさだ。お前の父親がその気持ちに応えられなかっただけだ。いや、すべては私に仕えるためだったのだ。
The real reason for this anime success is how the anime writers thought, oh, how cool would it be if we put all these weirdos in one household and see how it goes? And then decided to execute the trope perfectly. Trust me, they did it perfectly. Number 6, Medaka Box.
本当に不思議な人だよ、メダカさんは。あんなありえない人なのに、気がつけばいつの間にか一緒にいることが当たり前みたいになっているんだから。
Remember the last time your girlfriend single-handedly punched an entire school building? No? Then you haven't dated Medaka yet. Medaka is that perfect girl. She's good at sports, she knows how to lead a team, and she knows how to kick ass. So she's kinda like that all-around package waifu that comes with all features that can make you happy. But can Medaka stop the sinister plot going behind the school? Oh yeah, this school is like Game of Thrones, but did I forget to mention that?
どういう意味だ？
振り回されてやるっつってんだ。気が気でなくて見てらんねえんだよ。やりゃいいんだろうがやりゃ。
Medaka Box is a shonen anime, so the romance doesn't kick in early on this series, and even when it happens, it's restricted for a few moments. But I had to include it in this list because this girl is a badass. She's bad, she kicks ass, and she's also the student council president. So if you want to see the student council president kick ass, then this is the show for you. Number 5, MM.
もうこれ以上は。
神様に口ごはえすんじゃないわよ。
目覚めちゃう。
このド変態が。
If you are a masochist, then you're gonna love this anime. If you're a normal person, you're gonna question what the hell you just watched. Anime girls hitting boys just because they make them blush isn't nothing new, but man, this anime takes beating to a whole new level. This is almost as if someone watched Aho Girl and then decided to take revenge. But should the guy be admitted to a hospital? Nope, because the guy is a masochist.
何ニヤニヤしてんのよ。やだ、超キモくて吐きそう。このド変態が。
前言でっかい。
MM is once again half comedy, half romance, half harem sort of show that focuses on our main character finding ways to cure his masochism. And it isn't as easy as you think it is. As usual, get ready for a lot of beating, an angry tsundere, a girl who needs immediate treatment for androphobia, and a relationship that blossoms over time. That blossoming comes along with a lot of beating too. Number 4, Kanagi Crazy Shrine Maidens.
なんと優れた人型じゃな。権限しよった。どういうことじゃ？わらわの受容体足りうるよりしろなど。
Anything can turn into an anime girl. Drinking cans can turn into anime girls, toys can turn into anime girls, and this sweet iteration, statues can turn into anime girls. Who knows? Next time your pillow will turn into an anime girl. Meet Jin Mikura, a high school student who discovers a girl carved from a sacred tree in his backyard and decides to take her in as a live-in shrine maiden, naming her Nagi. Nagi is a god who has lost her powers and memories and is now trying to regain them.
うまかった。安物じゃが。
聞きたいことが山ほどあるんですが。
それはこっちのセリフじゃ。
This anime might not have a ton of supernatural elements, but it has some nice slice of life elements. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little silly with a few of those usual anime tropes being recycled, but for the most part, it's about one guy trying to live in peace with a couple of shrine maidens. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Number 3, Okami-san and her 7 companions.
あんまりヘタれてると放り出すぞ。あと、涼子でいい。俺も漁師って呼ぶからな。
What happens when you fall in love with the most badass girl in school? Do you plan to get beaten when you confess to her? This guy doesn't care, and he straight up goes and confesses to the girl. The girl says, "What? I don't care, I only care about punching people." But that doesn't stop our guy from following her around and joining her club, the Otogi Bank. This club's purpose is to solve the mysteries happening in school, and our guy becomes its newest member.
惚れてる相手が危ないって時に隠れて出てこない。そんな奴に 背中を預ける気にはならねえよ。
Okami-san has a ton of action, with a budding romance in between. The action might mainly involve the girl beating up any opponent that comes at her, but hey, that formula works for me as long as she falls in love with the innocent guy who might as well had a crush on John Cena. The romance might start slow since our main girl is a bit of a tsundere, but you know how these girls are, they always fall in love later on. Number 2, Dagashi Kashi.
なんだかピザが食べたい気分だわ。しかも納豆も 時はどうしたらいいのかしら。悩むわ。
Apparently, owning a sweet shop is the pathway to find true love. So next time, instead of eating sweets, you should try selling them. Here, we have a family business that sells Japanese candy. Now, the problem is the son, Kokonotsu Shikata, doesn't want to inherit the family business. Along comes best girl, Hotaru Shidare, who wants Kokonotsu's father to work for her company. Her father agrees to work for her only if she convinces his son to take up the family business. So now, Hotaru's job is to convince the son to get the family business.
で
見えるわ、フランスが。
Yep, it's that anime where the girl needs to convince the guy to do something using whatever means possible. Tagashi Kayashi's art style might resemble the art style of Call of the Night, but the relationships are completely different. And remember when I said the girl has to convince the guy? Yeah, that means she's going to either convince him or butcher him alive. Number 1, Darling in the Franxx.
居場所なんて自分で作るものさ。パートナーなんてまた作ればいい。作れなかったら奪え。
Alright, everyone say the word at once. 1, 2, 3. Darling in the Franxx is about a girl with horns who loves calling the guy darling. But the main focus of this anime is about this girl and her darling slaying giant monsters while piloting giant robots that very closely resemble the robots from Evangelion. Seriously, how did these guys escape without getting copyrighted?
君を味合わせて。今から君が僕のダーリンだ。
If it isn't obvious from the 7 billion times the girl calls the guy darling, the girl is in love with the guy, to the point it becomes obsessive. If anyone dares to harm her darling, they're gonna be fried garlic. Even though the ending is a love it or hate it sort of thing, the romance in this one is really great. So if you haven't checked it out yet, it's time to start questioning what you're doing with your life.